Welcome to my channel, Great Cloud Gaming. Today we're going to be opening up this set box from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. I'm going to speed through the packs on this video, and I've got another opening with the bundle, recently came out. If you'd like to see a closer look at some of the cards there, did a bit of a slow roll on those. But yeah, a couple mentions. I'm looking for the Millennial Clock. It's a funny piece. And a couple other demons, like the one that doubles the life loss from the opponents. That seems pretty cool in a God's deck like Erebos or something like that. But otherwise, pretty cool art in this set. Might take a look at some of the cards a little closer, but otherwise, let's take a look. Let's get started in the packs. Alright, let's get to it. I'm going to put some timestamps in the video too, so if you like to skip ahead, see different parts, I'll kind of do a showing at the end of what we got as well. So, here we go. Gotta cut style with some nice silver bone knife. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, we've got our treasure show box topper. We'll try to open this guy midway. Oh yeah, and let's actually take that guy off real fast. Love the art here. Happy that they've got some kind of Jurassic Park theme. The doctors. And there's Rexy. Cool. Yeah, I'll keep him right there. Alrighty. We'll open you midway. Have the dragon over there take a hand onto it. Closer look here. Alright. Love the big fan of the art cards if we can get any sign pieces. Oh cool. I wasn't expecting to get this, but you can get the tokens from the Jurassic Park set. Now I got two of these little treasure tokens. Cool to see it. Pack one. Song of Stupefaction and the Belligerent. New vehicle. Nice. Captain Storm. Crazy art on that. Look at that. Eaten by Piranhas, I think, is actually going to be pretty decent. This makes all the caves into City of Brasses. Nice. And we got a couple of uncommons here. Okay. And some dinos. Go search your deck for some dinos. Seem decent. Put some honorable mentions here and there. Crazy art. Ooh, from the list we got a Falmar Knight. Nice to see. And we got Twists and Turns. Pretty decent little enchantment. On the back it's a Mycoid Maze. Cool. Ooh, Trumpet Carnosaur. Just seeing some reviews on this. 7/6 with trample that can discard for 3 damage. Might be good in like CD Edge or something. We'll see. Cool to pick it up. Glow Lantern, good and limited. And the 1-drop that explores. All good cards. The Bug Spore. And the Mountain. Love the full art on these. Alright. Yeah, looking for some of the other mythic artifacts too. Obviously any of the mythics would be fantastic. Ardent Plea. I got this in the bundle as well from the list. Exalted Enchantment with Cascade in it. Gotta represent that Cascade, right? Got a foil the guy and Preacher. Nice. Makes little tokens. Ooh, okay. I see you. So this is going to be one of the Jurassic Park slots. And we got ourselves a Thrashing Bronchiton back here. But cool thing about these, there's got a backside art on it too. Wow, look at the Mosasaur down there. And that there is the Indomitable Rex skeleton. Cool to see it. Gotta love the Jurassic Park stuff. And the Thrashing Bronchiton in the normal and alt art. Cool. I'll keep some of these guys on the side here. Colossadactyl, 4/5, reach, trample for 4. Nice rates. And another mountain. Cool. Alright. Let's get to it. Awesome to see. Ooh, we got ourselves a visitor. Polyraptor, I think from the original set. From Ixalan. 8 mana, 5/5. Whenever he's dealt damage, create a token that's a copy of Polyraptor. Wow. Cool to see this mythic in the guest slot. We'll put you guys over here. I got ourselves a foil Waterwind Scout and a Tishana's Tide Binder. Pretty cool card. Kind of a stifle ability on a creature, but it also shuts off the artifact, creature, or planeswalker counter this way, as long as this is on the battlefield. So it's more than just stifle. I don't think it should be graded that way, but seems like a pretty cool card. Ooh, we got our next Jurassic Park. It's one of the lands, but here's the original movie and the raptors getting out of the fence after the park goes down. Cool to see it. Glad you can see like 2 different pieces of art on it. First Son of Geshath seems like a fun card, and a legendary creature as well. Could do little decks out of it. And the Hidden Nursery foiled. Nice. Let's put these guys down here. Alright. Yeah, hoping we can... Probably unlikely now that we've got a mythic from the guest slot, but hoping to see Mana Crypt if we can. Got ourselves a treasure token. Foily Cabin Stomper. Ooh, Breeches. Seems like a decent commander. Got a lot of triggered abilities there. Create a treasure token whenever a pirate you control attacks. Choose one that hasn't been chosen yet. You can exile cards from the top of your library, so good card advantage. Card selection. Or Rich Stalactite from the guest list. Tap for red mana for instant and sorceries, and you can craft it for 5. You can get yourself a Cosmium Catalyst. Exile card used to cast it. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Interesting. Okay, so how many can you choose again? You can do 4 or more red and instant sorcerer cards from either, I guess all from the graveyard then. But seems pretty good. Okay. Gaswing Shadows, good and limited. Bitter Triumph. Destroy creature or planeswalker for 2. You can either discard or pay 3 life. Seems like a good good common or uncommon to see. Bartholomew, sorry, Del Presidio, cool card. Sack outlet in the command zone if you want to. Seismic Monster Store, cycling, and a swamp in the nice art. Cool. Let's see here. Ooh, we got our signed card. AJ. Ancestral Reminiscence. Cool. And we got a fungus dinosaur. This is the star one. From the bundle, you'll have to take a look. Oh, okay. Full art mythic extended Bonehorde Dracosaur for 5 mana. It comes in as a 5/5 flying first strike, and at the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. You may exile. If you exiled a land card this way, you create a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. If you exiled a non-land card this way, create a treasure token. This guy seems pretty fun to play with. I'm really happy to see this guy. Probably going to put him in some deck here or there. I'm going to put him up here. Kitesail Larcenist. This had some talk as well for 3 mana as a 2/3 flying ward 1. You can choose for each player up to 1 target artifact or creature that they control, and it makes them into a treasure token, lose all other abilities. So, kind of a Grasp of Fate, I think. Seems pretty decent. Idol of the Deep King. Some damage dealt. Ooh, a flash artifact for 2 mana. Deals 5 damage to a tapped creature an opponent controls. Not bad. And you can make it artifact, creature, vehicle on the back end. This guy makes a artifact to equip. And we got some good limited cards. Chart of Course, coming back from standard. Daring Discovery. Discovery 4. Compass Gnome. In Necropolis, nice. Let's go on further. Do a little pull tab this time. Let's take a look here. Nice. Gnome Soldier. Ooh, we got the Firstborn of Gishath and the full art foily. Happy to see this art style of him. For those making those commander decks, he seems okay. Seems like he'd be doing some fun stuff. Interpret Paleontologist, not bad actually. You can exile a card from a graveyard and you can cast dinosaur creature spells you own. If it was cast this way, it comes in with a finality counter, so you can exile things and it taps for a mana. Not bad. Earthshaker Dreadmaw and the nice art. Cool to see. The equip, it only exiles your opponent's stuff, which is notable. Seems like okay. Okay include. Exile something from your opponent's hand till it leaves. Not bad. Petrify, strictly better pacifism. Artifact or creature and activated abilities can't be activated, can't attack or block. Nice, strictly better card than old school pacifism. Alright. Got ourselves a treasure token and the good doggo. He's delivering arms and stuff. Treasure. Rampaging Spiketail. Ooh, he's got the swamp cycling for 2. Nice. Galta! Stampede Triumph. Happy to see it. I'm gonna be slotting this into one of my mono green Radagast decks where all the creatures in the decks matter. Happy to get this guy when he enters the battlefield. You put any number of creature cards from your hand on the battlefield. Very cool to see this mythic. Happy to get it. And we've got a Throne of the Grin Captain. It's 2 mana, mill 2 cards, and you craft it with a dinosaur, merfolk, pirate, and a vampire, and it creates this huge machination, the Grim Captain. And whenever it attacks, each opponent sacrifices, and you put an exile card used to craft it onto the battlefield, taps and attacking. It's got menace, trample, lifelink, and hexproof for a 7/7. That's a lot of stuff. But seems fun. Seems like fun. I'll put you here. And then Katzil, some talk on this. It's basically your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. I'm spacing on the two white mana Grand Abolisher effect. But it could be a cool commander too, maybe for stacks commanders. Scallywag, if you descended you get a treasure. Current Conductor, Double Strike, good and limited. Get forest or some cave cards. All good limited stuff. And a foil Necropolis. Cool. What's up here? Alright. Let's take a closer look here. What could be there? Ooh. Nice. I think that was just one of those cards we saw. Glimpse the Core. Signed. Awesome. Got a little mini game. Ooh, Eaten by Piranhas, foiled. Flash. Creature loses all ability and is a black skeleton with base power and toughness 1/1. They ate all the flesh and now it's just bones. Pretty cool to see it in the foil. Gonna be using that in a deck. Sentinel of the Nameless City. Enters the battlefield or attacks, make a map token that you can use to explore, essentially. Seems alright. Yeah, let's do this. I'll do my uncommon stuff over here. And there's my rares. Lonesome Needle. Tap some things. Okay. Dusk Rose Reliquary. Good card. I'd keep an eye out for this guy. And the Flail. whenever you discard, you can discard a card to equip, so you can discard your whole hand if you want to. Seems like a good little artifact. Taps for artifacts for blue mana. And we've got some cyclers and another foily cave. Nice. Alright, let's take a look here. Let's open this way. Glad to see that Galta from earlier here. Really looking forward to that. Let's see what we got next. Ooh, we got another treasure from the Jurassic Park set. Cool to see this little token. Acrobatic Leap. 1 to untap, nice. Poetic Ingenuity. Whenever dinosaurs attack, create that many treasures, and if you cast an artifact, so you make a dinosaur. Seems alright. The Mural. Makes the golem tokens, but a little expensive. 7 mana. It's kind of a lot. Spelunking for 3. Enters battlefield, draw a card, then you may put a land card from your hand on the battlefield. If you put a cave, you gain 4. Lands you control enter the battlefield untapped. So if you're playing those old gate decks, or the slow tortoise, probably going in that deck for commander. So kind of cool to see. Test any mana for dinosaurs. Nice. I'll keep you here. The cave in deals damage equal to the caves to all the creatures. Puzzle door seems like good value. Basically searches, looks at the top 2, and you can put 1 in your graveyard and 1 back on top. Seems good. Alright. There's those golems coming in strong. And we got ourselves a fungus. Can't block. Ooh, the lava tongue. This guy seems fun for discard strategies and stuff. What could be up here? Ooh, 2 mana, get lost. Destroy target creature, enchantment, or planeswalker, and its controller creates 2 map tokens. They pay 1, tap, sacrifice it. Target creature you control explores. So they don't have any creatures. I mean, this seems like a pretty decent removal spell in white for enchantments as well, or planeswalkers. Probably going to see play in standard. Ooh, nice art for the fungus here. Descends 8, becomes pretty big. Becomes a 7/7 at the end of the day. Can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Seems like fun. Stonecoil Viper. Cool, it can reanimate something for 1 mana after it's been out of turn. Doesn't have the haste. Whenever you tax, if you got big graveyard, you can draw cards. These are good. The old Chupacabra coming back as an echo, as a spirit. Gives a creature opponent controls -X/-X, where X is number of permanents. So might take out some legendary stuff. But otherwise, the Skullcap Snail probably see some standard play. Ooh, and a foily Promise Vine. A strictly better panorama gets any kind of basic land onto the battlefield tapped. So, cool to see. Alright, let's get to the next one. Let's see, the clocks. Some of the mythic artifacts are pretty cool. Ooh, we got a 3/1 dinosaur. And then the Deep Goblin Skull Taker. Brass Tunnel Grinder. When it enters the battlefield, discard any number of cards and draw that many +1. And then it flips over too. However, you cast a permanent spell using mana produced by this. Discover X, where X is that spell's value. Seems okay. Molten Collapse in the alt art. This seems decent. Destroy target creature, planeswalker, sorcery speed for red and a black, or destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent, 1 or less. Take out those mana rocks. This is probably going to see some play in other formats too. If you descend as a permanent card goes to the graveyard, you can choose both, which seems pretty great. Tithing Blade, another cut seal. Nice to see it. Oh, good and limited. Can really blow you out. And we've got a Helping Hand. Return card for 1 white mana. Return target creature card with mana value 3 or less. Graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Probably going to put this in one of my commander decks that from the Dungeon and Dragon set. She's only 2 mana, so I let her go to the graveyard, play that in my main phase, and keep on going. Keep chugging along. Responded Angel. It'd be cool to get one of these. Like the art. Alright. Let's get into it. Also looking for the Walking Golem card. Be cool to see that. Ooh! Not the golem I was thinking of, but Crystalline Crawler. Cool to see it. 4 mana from the list. You tap to put a counter on it, then you remove a counter and you can add a mana of any color. And enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it for each color of mana spent to cast it. But very cool to see this from the list. Nice. Daring Discovery. Foily. Sunken Citadel. Enters the battlefield tapped. As it enters, choose a color. Choose any. You can add a mana of the chosen color or add 2 of the chosen color. Spend this mana only to activate abilities of land sources. Okay. Seems okay. The Great Mistake and the crazy art. This guy can come back from the graveyard. Let's see here. Some limited stuff. Cavernous Maw becomes a creature. Creature manland. 2 mana, 3/3 elemental. Activate only if the number of other caves you control plus the number of cave cards in your graveyard is 3 or greater. Gotcha. So you gotta be in that caves deck. Ooh, nice. Not too bad value. Sacrifice an artifact or creature and draw 2 and create a map. Seems okay. Crystalline Crawler, though, kind of cool to see. Oops, see Healy. Got some tokens and Triumphant Chomp. Warden of the Inner Sky for 1 mana. You can tap some artifacts, give her a counter, and scry 1. Seems decent. Love the art on this. The Lava Tongue. He's got Death Touch. Beginning of your end step, if you descend to this turn, each opponent may discard a card or sacrifice a permanent. It deals 3 damage to each opponent who didn't sacrifice the permanent. Seems like a cool card. Cool build around. Staunch Crewmate. Looks to the top 4. Reveal an artifact or pirate. Put it in your hand. Kind of like the old Swan. And we've got Swashbuckler's Belt. Has reach. Tap a creature. Or pay 8 and tap to discover 10. Equip 1. Seems kind of funny. If you can ever get there. Got ourselves Captain Storm. A Braid. Back in the fold. Destruction Hammer. Destroys a artifact or enchantment for 3 and tapped. Only 1 to equip. Not too bad. 4 mana, draw 3 and discard. Some better options out there. Alright. Say we're maybe about halfway done. Let's take a closer look here. Got one of the gods. A gnome. The capybara, staggering size. Ooh, one of our first, I think our second normal mythic, Vito, Fanatic of Alcatraz. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, you gain 2 life. If this is the first time the ability is resolved. If it's the second time, each opponent loses 2. And if it's the third time, you make a 4/3 white and black vampire demon creature token with flying. It's a 4/4 flying vampire demon. Old Vito becoming demon status. Cool to see the mythic. And we got a pretty cool new stack piece. 2 mana, 1/4 for some reason. Artifacts your opponent's control enter the battlefield tapped. And you can pay X white, sacrifice and destroy each artifact with mana value X. So you can just do 0 and destroy all tokens, artifacts, and anything that costs 0. Or 3 mana to destroy everything that's 1. Seems pretty good. Probably gonna see some play in some other formats like CDH. Discover 3, kind of like Bloodbraid Elf, but I think you can choose 3. So Yeah, some interesting options. Over the edge, destroy enchantment or artifact, and you can explore twice instead if you want to. And a nice plains. Cool. Like it with the pterodactyl. Alright. Ooh, I think that's growing rights. Looks like a cool art. Ooh. Ink Fathom Infiltrator. Can't be blocked and is unblockable. In Demir colors. Nice, from the list. Tinker's Tote. Makes 2 Golem Artifacts tokens when it enters, including this, so gives a number of sack pieces. Treasure Map. One of my old favorites. 2 mana you can scry, and then after you get 3 or more counters on this thing, it transforms and you make 3 treasure tokens. And it's got a ability to tap to sacrifice a treasure and draw a card. Pretty cool card. Happy to see it in the new art. Got the Mistake, Pit of Offerings, another cave, the Lava Tongue, Dead Weight, Unlucky Drop. Target artifact or creature puts on the top or bottom. Nice limited card. And a cool cool forest. Love the art. Let's organize this a little bit. Alright. We'll start skipping over some of the commons and uncommons here. Nice. Ooh, another card from the list. 4 mana. Gets -1/-1 for each card in your hand. It's a 6/6. Okay, if you're in that Hellbent strategy. Probably see okay. Nice foily snail. He's living in the skull. Queen's Bay Paladin. Enters the battlefield or attacks. Return up to 1 target vampire from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter. You lose life equal to the finality counter, or the mana. Seems decent in those vampire decks. Ooh, one of the man lands in the full art. Nice. Cool to see. And we got a Scytheclaw Raptor. Whenever a player casts a spell, if it's not their turn, it deals 4 to them. He's a 4/3 for 3. Seems like a decent rate. Got a Pilgrim, Flying, Ward 2. Put cards from the graveyard back on the bottom. Seems alright in limited. Got some new artifacts. He goes and gets a cave or a land and puts on the battlefield, tap for 4. It's kind of like a sad robot without the sacrifice stuff. So he's not better. And a nice island. Love the art on that. Hoping to get a couple more of those. Gotta get at least 4 of those, right? And let's see. What is this? First of the Blessed. Be cool to see this guy. Ooh, we got one of the token cards. Dino Automaton. Souls of the Lost for 2 mana. Ooh. See if it's focusing here. Additional cost to cast is discard or sack a permanent. Its power is equal to the number of permanent cards in your graveyard, and its toughness is equal to that number +1. So if you're in like Sir Conrad or self-mill strategies and stuff in Commander, this is going to come down as a pretty big permanent for just 2 mana, sacrifice a thing, or discard. So, seems decent. Artifact goes and gets a Plains card and puts it in your hand. You gain 2 life as well. And makes a couple golems and makes your creatures bigger. Seems fun. Confunding Riddle. 3 mana. You can counter target spell unless its controller pays 4, or look at the top 4 cards of your library, put 1 into your hand, and the rest into your graveyard. I might actually run this in my new Emery deck. It's 3 mana instant, searches 4, and then you just discard the rest in the graveyard. Or it's a counterspell for 4, for 3 mana, they have to pay 4. Seems like a good card. I'm actually considering that. You can buy Piranhas. Good, good. The Brass, City of Brass for the caves. Deadweight, All-Star permanent. And we got some nice little mill strategies. Make some fungus sapperlings. And nice forest. Cool. Yeah, that riddle looks decent. It is 3 mana though. Nice fungus art. Got ourselves a dino. Cavernous Maw foiled. Nice. The Daring Traveler. Creates max tokens. X, where X is 1 plus the number of opponents who control an artifact. And whenever it attacks, reveal the top card of your library if it's a creature with mana value 3 less, put in your hand. Or the graveyard. And we got I think our third Jurassic World card. Unfortunate, I think is going to be just the land. Saddler and Dr. Graham. They do move in herds. Let's see. Ooh, it makes them discard a card from their hand. Nice. Bitter Triumph. Out of Air. A Captivating Cave. Good limited for filtering. Alright. Look at that dino. Crazy. Got a gnome. Ray of Ruin. Ooh, we got our next mythic. Oger Axonil. Deepest Might. He's the red god. 2 in red. Trample 4/4. If this red source you control would deal an amount of non-combat damage less than his power to an opponent, that source deals damage equal to his power instead. So he always makes all burn spells 4. Okay. Whenever he dies, return to the battlefield tapped and transformed. Let's take a look. Temple of Power, he pays red, and you can transform it. Activate only if the red source you control dealt 4 more non-combat damage. And only as a sorcery. But once you do, it comes right back to the battlefield tapped. Seems pretty decent. Happy to pick up this guy. Nice to see the gods. Dousing Device. Give some buffs to some creatures. Discovers a few times. Contested Game Ball. Love the flavor from El Dorado. had to put it in this set. Out of Air. Runaway Boulder. Join the Dead. Good and limited. -5/-5 for 3. Takes care of most things. And if you descended 4, it's -10/-10 instead. Seems good. And a foil courtyard. Cool to see. Alright, I think we're getting close to the end of the box here. Let's see what we got left. Got one of the Manlands. Ooh, 4/4 Angel. Burning Sun Cavalry. Foily, nice. Deeproot Pilgrimage. Ooh, there's some fun combo potential with this card. For 1 and a blue, whenever 1 or more non-token merfolk you control become tapped, create a 1/1 blue merfolk creature token with hexproof. They were saying with a Kior's Follower, you can tap the merfolk that comes out or another creature, and then make a new merfolk. And you can start to untap him. Cool shenanigans afoot with this card. Looking forward to some of that. Bat Colony for the cave strategy. A Leech, Lifelink. Cool to see. Yeah, good combo potential coming up. The Deep Group Pilgrimage. Look at that. Cool art. All that glitters from the list. Nice. Tithing Glade. Each opponent sacrifices a creature when it enters. Nice. Ooh, yay! We were looking for this. A Bloodletter of Aclazot. Definitely slotting this right into my Airbow stack. 3 Devotion Pips. 1 and 3 black. Flying 2/4. If an opponent would lose life during your turn, they lose twice that much life instead. Gonna get us closer to that win. Happy to see. Oh, and we got another mythic. Another Vito. Fanatic of Alcatraz. The Orzhov Commander. Vampire Demon. Double mythic pack. Nice. The Landmark. Got some small tokens in the Bubbo. He likes to bounce stuff. But very cool to see those two. Alright. Just a couple more packs left. Ooh, love the art on this. Happy to see it with the signature too. Love it. Cutsil. Big hands. Cool. Awesome to see those signed cards. Got the Tendril. Good and limited. Took me out of a game. Can't leave it alone for too long. Bringer of the Last Gift for 8 mana. Vampire Demon. Enters the battlefield. If you cast it, each player sacrifices all other creatures they control. Then each player returns all creatures' cards from their graveyard that weren't put there this way to the battlefield. Wow, so this is a pretty big reanimator target, I'd say. Fun to see some shenanigans with that. Ooh. Bakal, the Thousandth Moon. Oh, she makes the gnomes. So whenever you attack with one or more non-known creatures, put a counter on her, then create X 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature tokens that are tapped and attacking, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on her. So, might see some play in Winota, because, you know, they're non-human creatures, and she's a human, so you'll find her, start making a bunch more creatures. Seems like a good plan. And the Flash Pup. Flash Pup, return your permanent. Cool to see. Oh, I saw there was some recollection with this guy. Sacrifice him, take out some cards from the graveyard. Then you can discover 4 if he dies. You can pay 4 and get some more value. Seems decent. Alright, looks like we're on, let's see. I think we're on 7. 7 more packs left. Who knows what else we're going to get. Got the God. Happy to pick up the God from the pre-release over there. Cool to see. Map token. Pathfinding Ajax. Nice. Ooh, the Great Door. I was looking for this card too. Forgetting the names. A lot of names in this set. Not remembering. 3 mana, draw a card, then discard. Just tap immediate for a legendary artifact. And then you can pay 4 and tap this. Transform it. Only if there are 4 more permanent types among cards in your graveyard. When you do, it's going to become the core. Legendary land, Fathomless Descent, tap at X mana of any one color, where X is the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. So, going to be putting this into my Emery deck. Looking forward to this drawing and discarding cards whenever I need, and getting all kinds of mana from the back end there. Happy to see it. Bartolome del Presidio. I love the art on this. I think we got him earlier, but the Orzhov legendary vampire knight, sacrifice another creature or artifact and put a counter. Might be good with Loris as a companion as well. Another notable mention. Aquazal, the Seething Tower. Seems okay. When he dies, he makes 2 fungus. Notable. And we've got some brawlers. Capybara. And his spell. Cool to see. Alright. Let's get going. Ooh. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool art. Ooh, we got a foiled rare Squirming Emergence. 1 black and green. Return battlefields, target non-land permanent in your graveyard with mana less than or equal to the number of permanents. Seems like a good reanimator. Happy to see this foily rare. Growing Rights of Itlamok. Happy to see another copy of this from the last set too. 3 mana, reprint. When it enters, you look at the top 4, choose a creature from among them, put it in your hand. At the beginning, if you have 4 or more creatures, you transform it into a pseudo Gaia's Cradle. Tap for a green, or tap green for each creature you control. So it's a little bit better in that light, but if you're playing creature decks, this is the card you want to put in there. Really cool to see this guy. The latest artifact, Tormenting Voice. The legendary indestructible 1 mana equipment. Could be cool in standard. Volatile Vault. Zoya's Justice. I've been hearing news about this. Might be worth it in some strategies. Oh, drop some cards. Owner of target artifact or creature with mana value 1 or greater shuffles it in their library. That player discovers X, where X is its mana value. So it's better Cascade. They can search X times. So if it's 3, they can look at the top card of their library and play it for free, or they can put it in their hand if it costs 3 mana equal to or less than the amount. So you could target your own stuff with this. But I think this is going to be good in some CDH decks too. But I'm a little new though, so we'll see what happens. Let's get into the next ones. Ooh, we got a Galta art. Nice. And got a token. Canonized in Blood, good and limited. Ooh, the Unstable Glyph Bridge. This is that stacks piece, I think. When edged to the battlefield, if you cast it, each player choose a creature with 2 or less power that player controls, destroy all creatures except for the creatures chosen. Then you can craft it with an artifact for 5, 1 on the graveyard or on the battlefield, and it becomes this Sand Swirl Wanderglyph. Whenever an opponent casts a spell during their turn, they can't attack your planeswalker you control. Each opponent who attacked you this or planeswalker you control this turn can't cast spells. So pretty big effects here. I'm happy to see this card, at least to test it out and see how it goes. Twists and turns. You were going to put this in the explore decks each time if you can. If you explore a bunch or if you put lanes down, you can start looking for creature cards, and yeah, kind of like Search for Azcanta but for creatures. Seems fun. Explorer's Cache. Nice little, you can put counters on this and then move it to other things. So if you have counter doublers, this might be a good way to shift counters in Commander. Battle Glyph. Has them fight. Nice. Gives them vigilance. Untaps. Poison Dart Frog. Happy to see it in this box. Got a couple from the pre-release. Love this guy. 2 mana for a reach, and you can pay 2 to give him Death Touch, or he can just tap for mana. So he's not ever doing nothing. I'm a fan. Alright, I'm gonna pick this up real quick. Alright, let's get to it. We just got a couple packs left. Ooh. I'm forgetting his name. Is it Kanan? Kond. Katorius Kond. Cool. Like the art. Haven't seen that art yet. Ooh, we got one of the bats, I think, from the Bat God. Ooh, Foily's Souls of the Lost. Nice. Gonna be putting that in my commander deck. Magmatic Galleon. Cool little guy. He shoots some opponents for stuff. We'll keep you here. The Presidio. Eclipse, nice. Lurker Bat. Might see some play in standard. It's got some good rate. 1 mana, 1/1 flying at the beginning of your end step if you descended scry 1. Could be okay for 1 mana. Ooh, got a sack outlet, and I didn't talk about this earlier. 2 mana flash for 1 and a black. Enchanted creature dies, return to the battlefield tapped under your control. So you can really surprise someone. Get your creature back for 2 mana if it's already going to be board wiped or destroyed. And you know it's coming, so you wait until it happens. Cool art. Huckball. Got a map. Ooh. This, I think, is the Vampire Commander from the Commander pack. So the 1 Orzhov colors is a mythic, 2 mana, or 2/2. Whenever you attack, target an attacking vampire that isn't a demon becomes a demon, and it gains when this creature dies, draw a card, and create a tapped 4/3 white and black vampire demon creature token. So it makes all your guys get like an undying effect almost. But it replaced them with the token. But cool to see that mythic. Got the Thousandth Moon that makes all the gnome creature tokens. The Ender, the Bat, the Viper. These seem good. Nice. A couple things for draft. Yeah, nice planes. Alright, last 2 packs. So far, I've seen some pretty cool stuff in this set. Pretty happy about this box. Got some of the things we were looking for. Bartolome. Treasure. Brazen Blade Master. Ooh, Hammer Skull. This won me a couple packs at the pre-release. I got 2 of these little guys. He's a 3 mana for a 6/6, and when he attacks, if you don't have a dinosaur, you put a stun counter on him so he doesn't untap. If you do, though, he's a 3 mana 6/6. It seems decent. Belligerent Yearling. Enters the battlefield under your control. You may have it. His base power become equal to that creature's power until end of turn. This seems funny. Spyglass Siren Pirate for 1 mana. Not too bad. Ooh, Sorcerer's Spyglass. I don't think we've seen that yet. In this new art. Yeah, 2 mana reprint. Look at opponent's hand, choose any card name. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Little stacks piece. Cave Diver. Tektos and Hazard. 1 damage each opponent and each creature they control. Or 4 if you have the red god, so look out for those synergies. Got our 1/1 Goblin. Might be hasty if you got some artifacts out. And Promising Vein. Alright. We'll do the last pack and then we'll do the topper over there. Let's see what we get. But thanks so much for watching the video, guys. Happy to see some demons and dinosaurs alike. But if you liked the video so far, hit the like down below and subscribe for new videos coming out soon. We got ourselves a foil Petrify and the Manland Reckless Anchorage. Nice. It's kind of cool. Makes a flying bird so you can block things in the sky, or when it attacks you make them have tokens. Seems good. Got a Yearling. Nice. Oh, and we got a foily island back here. Mountain. Very cool to see the art. Alright, last thing on the list. Let's look at this treasure trove topper. See what we got here. Oh, gotta be careful. Ooh, Whisper Cloak. Whisper Sylph Cloak. Can't be blocked and has Shroud for 3 and then equip 2. Not too bad. I like the art on it. Not a super expensive one or anything, but happy to see it. Well, thank you so much for joining into my video today. We're going to have some new packs opened up soon from some older sets as well. Loving the artifacts and stuff that's coming out, so made me think of some of the old sets like Urza and the Brothers War. Gonna be opening this next. And always, gotta check out some of the winnings. Got the Bloodletter of Aclazot, Losing the Life, Vito, Fanatic of Alcatraz, The Deepest Might God, another Vito, Galta Stampede Tyrant, probably one of the All-Stars today, and a foily mythic. Can't forget Polyraptor back here. But Bone Horde, Draco Sword, Dinosaur Dragon. Gotta love it. But thanks again for watching. You guys have a good night.